Donald Trump cannot escape his Jeffrey Epstein problem or statue. The statue of Trump holding hands with the dead convicted sex offender returned to the National Mall yesterday after it was removed by the National Park Service last week. The statue has a title. It's called Best Friends Forever. It includes a plaque that reads, quote, "In honor of Friendship Month, we celebrate the long-standing bond between President Donald J. Trump and his closest friend, Jeffrey Epstein."
Donald Trump's Jeffrey Epstein problem isn't going away. Not only has a statue of Trump and Epstein returned to the National Mall, but Trump's own Commerce Secretary pick is raising new questions about Epstein's sweetheart deal.
I assume way back when, they traded those videos in exchange for him getting that 18-month sentence, which allowed him to have visits and be out of jail. I mean, he's a serial sex offender. How could he get 18 months and be able to go to his office during the day and have visitors and stuff? It must have been a trade. So my assumption, I have no knowledge, but my assumption is there was a trade for the videos because there were people on those videos.
This isn't just about symbolism. Trump's ties to Epstein are back in the spotlight. And now his Commerce Secretary nominee, Howard Lutnick, is fueling even bigger controversies with explosive claims.
I would absolutely love to kind of dig in a little bit more and at least get a list of names to work from and start to kind of build backwards and do the work that Alex Acosta and that DOJ failed to do.
Think about that. Epstein, a convicted sex offender, was given privileges that allowed him to keep operating, while the DOJ and FBI looked the other way. Now, lawmakers want answers.
Does Lutnick give you more names of people that hung out and maybe also went on the tour and saw the massage table?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I do think that he has names. I mean, the fact that he felt like that there was video footage, and he obviously felt like it was video footage of people that were important enough that he would end up with a sweetheart deal. I mean, your everyday Joe walking in and being caught on video doing something nefarious doesn't necessarily equate to something that I've never seen as a practicing lawyer. I mean, the amount of allegations that they had against him at that time, and then for him to get that little amount of time, in addition to, as he already laid out, he had privileges that afforded him an opportunity to continue to commit crimes, and everyone looked the other way. I mean, this was like the nightmare that would not end, and even now that Epstein is gone, it's still a nightmare because you have people like the President of the United States saying, oh no, this is nothing more than a Democratic hoax, and consistently, really invalidating what these victims / survivors experienced.
Congresswoman, I wonder if it's enough to bring Acosta back, that Donald Trump's own Secretary of Commerce believes that I just want to get his quote right, that they traded those videos. How else could you get 18 months? He was a convicted sex offender.
And it gets darker. Epstein's world wasn't a secret. Guests toured his home, noticed bizarre details, like a massage table instead of a dining room, yet people kept quiet. Why?
Yeah, Alex Acosta, as far as I'm concerned, he probably walked as fine a line as he could, but I did not feel like he was completely truthful. Obviously, we did a transcribed interview. I would love to get him in a deposition setting instead, and I really want to dig in on a number of things that I was asking him about. He basically hid behind the fact that he was the U.S. attorney for that area. And so, as we know, anyone that sits that high is not necessarily into all of the specific details of any given case. But this was a high profile case, so he was briefed on it. I want to talk to the other people that were on that team, the people that he said flew in from D.C. and sat down and had roundtable conversations about them. I want to see how many of his statements align with theirs. The only thing that we know is for sure there was a line prosecutor, someone who actually was looking at all the evidence and was doing everything that she could to make it clear that this is somebody that needed to be prosecuted. She had dragged.
The reality is, prosecutors had evidence, even a draft indictment. Yet Epstein walked with a sweetheart deal. And now Trump's own people are hinting at hidden videos, cover-ups, and a possible trade that silence justice.
Drafted a 53-page indictment, and they decided, nope, never mind, we're not going to go forward with that. Instead, we're going to kick this back down to the state, and we're just going to non-prosecute this case on the federal level. But we're not going to be open, honest, and transparent with the victims as the law requires, because what we're going to do is work around the law and say, well, you know what, he's not officially indicted, so do we really have to honor this? Maybe not. I mean, it was just too much shady things going on. And right now, so many of the survivors talk about the fact that the FBI refuses to give them access to their own statements and their own files about their own cases. So that is why it is so important that we get our newest member sworn in so she can be signature number 218, so that we can take a house for the a vote of the entire House, and hopefully get the release of the Epstein files ordered. And if for some reason there's a problem, hopefully we will have a little bit more strength, if it is a full vote of the House, to then go to court.
This is why the Epstein files matter. Survivors deserve the truth. The public deserves transparency. And no matter how much Trump tries to brush this off as a hoax, the Epstein nightmare isn't going away.